Alright, hey guys, my name is Shadow, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. So last time we talked about a budget Anaconda build, and this time we're out here in our favorite hazardous resource extraction site about to test it out. Now, before I actually commence this test, just full disclosure, I've made one little tiny change to this. So I mentioned that these 7D thrusters were what we were using in the budget build before, and then I looked in my modules storage and I noticed that I had some 6A thrusters with dirty drive tuning grade 3 on them, so I've swapped my thrusters out for that, and I've actually gotten about 215 meters per second out of this. But you probably don't have some 6A thrusters with dirty drive tuning on them laying around. But 7D thrusters will do just fine. You'll just get a little bit slower speed and a little bit less turning rate, but it's really not that big of a deal with all the turrets that are on this ship. So anyways, we're out here and we're just going to test this ship out. Now we do have a ship-launched fighter in this ship, and that's right here. Oh, and I've also added a vehicle hangar because why not? I just felt like it because I use this ship to do everything now. So I'm going to go ahead and deploy my ship-launched fighter, and I'm going to set it to engage at will, and that will basically attack anything that becomes hostile to me, which at the moment is going to be this federal gunship right up ahead. We're going to be attacking that, and then we're going to see what other kinds of things we can find out here to kill. But for right now, let's just engage the federal gunship and see how this goes. Now, I've been using this ship for a few days, and it's been pretty great. Notice how fast it's taking down this gunship's shields. Now, sometimes you'll encounter federal gunships that have ship-launched fighters, because that's one of the ships that can have a ship-launched fighter. Now, what I typically do is I use all the lasers to take down the shields, and then once those shields are down, I just unleash with the multi-cannons, and you see how fast that thing's hull went down right there. So the lasers just battered its shields down, and then multi-cannons for the hull, and that worked out really well. And here's a federal assault ship. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm probably not even going to bother scanning him just for the sake of the video, but if I were not recording a video right now, I'd use the kill warrant scanner. So let's just start firing on him, and we'll see how well this works. Now, I did mention that I had some shield boosters on this ship that are upgraded, and I just want to mention that the shield boosters that I have upgraded are using the resistance augmented upgrade, and that's only grade 1. So it actually works really well. I think most of them are actually tuned toward thermal resistance, so these guys' lasers hitting me really aren't doing all that much damage. Now, the 7A shields that I have on here are also grade 3 upgraded with the reinforced upgrade. And I know if you're just buying this ship, then you're not going to have those upgrades, but they're really not that hard to get if you just unlock the engineers and stuff. Frontier Development have really done a lot of work with improving the engineers and how easy it is to get materials now and stuff. It's really not very difficult at all, so that. So today seems like a day that we're going to be encountering a lot of federal ships. We have a second federal gunship here, so let's open fire on it. He's just opened fire on someone else, but that's okay. And also the fighter I'm using here is an Imperial fighter, and it has 2 plasma accelerators on it. I think I mentioned that in the last video. So there's that. And again, look how fast this thing is going down. It's just taking it out like it's paper. And yeah, some of these weapons are upgraded, but even if you don't have upgrades, I mean, you're not going to get significantly less damage than this. It's going to be pretty comparable. You'll have a pretty comparable experience to what you're seeing here. Ah, here we go, Fer-de-Lance. So let's take this up against something very maneuverable like a Fer-de-Lance. Alright, so we have a single enemy Fer-de-Lance traveling alone. Let's just open fire on it and see how well this thing does. Now, this Anaconda, this thing is really a battleship, and we have a whole bunch of shield cells just in case our shields get low. But the weak spot is actually if our shields were to go down, we only have the lightweight hull, and we don't have any hull reinforcements on this ship. So you really need to keep your shields up. But it's really kind of hard for your shields to go down because we actually have 18 shield cells on this ship. So we have the 3 6B banks, and they hold 6 charges each. So that's pretty good. Plus, I've made one other modification, which I asked you guys about last time, I've replaced that point defense thing with another chaff launcher, so now I have 2 chaff launchers on this ship, and that seems to work out way better. So there's that. So let's finish taking out this fer-de-lance, and that would work better if I actually put power into my weapons array. Yeah, check that out. I was wondering why I wasn't firing there. Yeah, so I'll just pay attention to my power distribution, and then things should work out better. So let's launch some chaff right now, and probably after we're done fighting this particular fer-de-lance, we'll use 1 shield cell, and then our shields should be almost back up to max. So now you're getting to see how this performs against a somewhat more agile and maneuverable and fast enemy. But now that his shields are down, let's see how long it takes for us all to go down. Now that's going down fairly quickly, and he's deploying more chaff, so that's kind of annoying, but I can also deploy more chaff, and my shields are doing just fine. I could even use a shield cell if I wanted to. I haven't used a single one yet, so we'll just wait until this fight's almost over, or until it's actually over, even. And here we go. This looks like we're coming up on the end of the fer-de-lance. Maybe he's at 10%, but that chaff is really annoying and I don't want to untarget him. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, you should untarget him and then your weapons will become fixed. Well, yeah, that's true. But you know what, we got him anyways, so there. Okay, now that out of all those federal ships that we just attacked, that fer-de-lance actually did the most damage. So let's deploy a shield cell and see how many rings of shields 1 shield cell is actually going to fix here. Okay, about 1 ring. So that's okay, that's not terrible. So we've got an Imperial Clipper right down here. Let's speed toward this guy and take him out. Now, ever since the 2.1 update came out, Imperial Clippers have been kind of a weak combat ship, I have to say. So that's actually one reason I've sold my Clipper. I'll probably buy another one in the future, but for right now I'm really working on outfitting this Anaconda. So let's see how long it actually takes to kill this Clipper, and I'll start firing on him as soon as the chaff clears. There we go. So the shields should go down fairly quickly. I'm going to deploy some chaff of my own, and that should stop him firing on me a little bit. And the maneuverability of this ship is actually really, really good for having only 6A thrusters. Now, even with the 7B thrusters, it wasn't that much worse. Like, it's a big improvement in speed, but it's only kind of a marginal increase in handling, if that makes any sense. So let's just go ahead and we'll just take this guy's hull right down as long as we're facing him. And he's deployed some chaff, but we're close enough that we can really just keep firing on him, except that all our multi-cannons have decided to reload all at the same time. So that's neat. But there we go. So yeah, you can see how long it took to take that guy out. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm really happy with this build and the way it's performing and everything. Okay, so we've got a 3rd federal gunship right here, so we'll start firing on this guy. Now, how much of a difference does the fighter actually make? You know, not as much difference as I was actually hoping that it would. It does help somewhat. And the fighter actually helps the most, I find, when there's more than one ship in a wing. So if this guy had wing mates, for example, yeah, so this guy's fighter just took out my fighter, and that's something that happens a lot. However, you actually get 6 fighters per fighter bay that you have. But the thing is, when your fighter gets destroyed, when your active fighter gets destroyed, then it like 3D prints you a new fighter or something, and that takes a little bit of time. So that's kind of annoying. I feel like if you're gonna have 6 fighters, you should just have 6 fighters, and it shouldn't take time to replace them. But you know, I can see why they did it. I'm not terribly upset by that or anything. It's just a thing. So. That. Okay, so I've got a new fighter constructed here, so I'm going to go ahead and launch it, and I'll give it the same orders that I gave the last one. And then we have a 3-3 wing right here. Now, these ships are already engaged in combat, but I'm going to go ahead and engage the main one, but this Imperial Clipper is in a wing with 2 adders. So let's see. Now, I could actually target one of the adders and have my fighter like go after them while I'm going after this Imperial Clipper, but having just used the fighter for a while, like, it'll kind of do that anyways. It'll go after one ship, and then it'll go after a different ship, and it's kind of versatile like that. So that's something cool about the fighter. That's really where it's more useful, I think, when you're engaging more than one ship. If you're just fighting one ship, I don't see that it makes that big of a difference with all the firepower that you have on the Anaconda at your disposal. I mean, one little ship with 2 plasma accelerators really is not like a deciding factor in, you know, in a one-on-one battle with a ship of this size and caliber and stuff. So it's a cool thing. But it's kind of a novelty, if that makes any sense. So yeah, not that it's not cool. I'm really enjoying having the fighter. It's cool to have like another pilot that you can order around, and so these pilots that you hire actually rank up as you use them and stuff. So this person, Marissa Harris, actually started out at expert rank and has leveled up to master and is 77% of the way to dangerous rank. So that's pretty cool, I think. However, one thing I've noticed is that the more your pilots rank up, the more they charge you to keep them in your service. So this pilot started out at 12% and now is taking 13% of the money that I earn out here doing this. So I mean, I guess that's okay. You know, you have more skill, you should be paid more, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's fine. But at the same time, it's an NPC, and what are NPCs going to do with money? So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of that down in the comments. So we have a Federal assault ship here, and it's in a 2-2 wing. This is probably going to be the last ship I'm going to take out with this thing. So we'll do that. And then I was really hoping there would be like another Anaconda out here to fight or something like that, but I haven't encountered one the entire time I've been out here, and I've probably been out here for 20 minutes or so. And, you know, I've been encountering them all day, like one after another, and now when I start making this video, like, there are 0. So that's whatever it is. We'll just take out this assault ship and his wingman. And sometimes you'll be fighting a ship and you'll have your fighter out, and then your wingman will just take out your target's wingman, and that'll be pretty cool because then you won't have to do it yourself. So that's something that I like about the fighters.
That's gotta hurt. Target down.
So yeah, that. So yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of this demonstration of the budget build for the Anaconda. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Be sure to let me know what you guys thought. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.